watu wanaishi kwa amani. Mpaka wakati tutakapofikia mambo ya mipaka, itabidi askari wetu watumie na viongozi wa ngao watumie nguvu ambayo wako nayo kuongelesha watu waishi pamoja, na pia kutafuta njia ya kuhakikisha kwamba wanasuluhisha zile makosa zinaweza tokea wakati hiyo inaendelea. Kwa hivyo mipaka inaendelea kuwa ni changamoto na inaenda pamoja na shida ya mashamba. Kwa upande wa mashamba inakuja kwa njia tofauti. Kuna mashamba ya kupigania kwa mipaka, kuna mashamba ya kupigania ndani. Utapata tulipokuwa Kitui kuna wavamizi wamesemekana wameenda shamba ya wananchi. Ukienda Kwale unaambiwa mambo ya masquatter. Ukienda Kilifi utapata kwamba mashamba mengi hapo yanang'ang'ania mambo ya squatter. Kwa hivyo na hiyo yote inalete vita. Hata ile vita zingine Panga Boys kwa huko Coast na nini, kuna pia vile inaishiriana na inahusikana na mambo ya mashamba. Na kwa hivyo kusuluhisha mambo ya mashamba, kuhakikisha kila mtu anapata cheti miliki na kila mtu aweze akarudi kuishi kwa shamba yake.
Dakta kabisa, kama wanavyosema Waswahili, kijinga na kijinga ndipo moto uwakapo. Huwezi kuwasha uko huru kuuliza maswali hata kwa Kimeru, kwa sababu ameshakubali jina la Kimeru. Kiingereza nilikuwa nazungumza na dadangu hapa, alikuwa anarusha Kimombo. Mimi na muathiri naweza kuuliza kwa lugha ambayo unapendelea. Karibu sana.
Asante. Even today, we have not seen anybody being brought into books or taken to court to answer those cases. Also in a span of 2 years, more than 30 people have been also killed. So looking at the Meru region is one of the areas that is greatly affected. Many leaders from the national government, even the former CS, Kithure Kindiki, who is now the DP, also was here and saying that to improve the security in this region. So I don't know what are the new measures that we're coming up with as the new CS of the Interior to ensure that that menace is put into rest. Today I and the chiefs who live in those budget-prone areas, bordering Isiolo in Meru County, in Igembe North and part of Tigania. Today they ask you for air surveillance. Idege inakuja lini? My last maybe if I get a chance, one more question. As we have seen leaders, all the politician, especially the Charles Were, who was killed recently. He was on record saying that there are people who are trailing him, his life was in danger. Now my question is, if he said that he reported the matter to the police, if the police really took that report seriously, today could be where it would be living. So what are the measures is the government doing to protect other politicians who are, some have come out to say that they fear for their lives because of their political stand? Thank you.
Thank you very much. First, let me start with banditry. The menace of banditry, first of all, has affected this Meru County for many years, from say 80s or thereabout. I can't really remember the exact dates, but even when I remember now as a young student that time, even when President Kibaki came to office, that was one of the promises that it was going to be sorted. And you know, Partly there was a period of lull for being a problem. But at the height of the last elections and our coming to office, banditry was really a big menace in all this area of Meru, Laikipia, Baringo, Elgeyo Marakwet, all the way to West Pokot and Turkana. And so this is a problem. You remember that when President Kibaki came to office, there was a massive deployment of police officers to Sukuta Valley. And you remember the massacre where we lost many police officers. In the process. So banditry is not banditry in the used to be able to sell guns to civilians, and the fact that as a matter of reality they are has not been sorted for a very long time. Now, to office, as you know, my predecessor working, and you know it was a to the president, a lot has been done in the last 2 years to reduce the number of cases, and for sure the cases have reduced significantly. But the problem is still persisting because the perpetrators are still alive, the hiding places are still existing, and therefore it is on and off. Some of the measures that have been put in place is to modernize the equipment of police officers. There is also Operation Malisa Walifu that was going on in the for Meru here. Now, in this part of Meru, there is a government through the proper channels that through a multi-sectoral approach, we will need first to deal with access to those areas. So we need security roads. And through our proposal, there is a budget that is being worked out to make sure that we get resources to open up the place so that when we want to access that place, we should be able to access and we can take over that place. In the long run, development is going to change these places. If you hear this road, for example, the road of Isiolo Modokashe is already helping us to do patrols along this border that's affecting the sites of Meru. The same should happen in Samburu. If we can, I know already there is a plan to tarmac Maralal to Baragoi, but also this link between Meru here to Mukokoda Forest and to the Laikipia needs to be opened, even with good Maram roads. And I have told you we put that proposal so that KDF can come in to help us to open up the place. If we open up the place, it will be easy to flush out criminals that are living in these places. The other thing is to invest in education, because we need to cut off the supply. If those years when President Kibaki came to office, we had pacified the situation, if it had been followed by building schools, so of the long-term strategies that will remove the oxygen from this both long-term measures and sorting out the short-term issues. You had today the proposal of most of the leaders that the only solution border counties and which is the border of our country, and we have are properly trained. We want to increase the numbers along the areas that we've talked about, because those are quick measures. And if need be, some of the NPRs can be put in camps so that they can work in turn to make sure that this issue is sorted. We should be able to contain the situation and then now work on the long-term issues, because we need to first pacify our desire. We've invested in drones in the past. We would like to improve it. What we're working on at the moment is to get drones that have a longer period of flight and with night visibility. So we are in the process of want to improve on, even as we work towards getting more air support equipment that can assist us. All these things, I hate to admit, but it's a fact. All these strategies that I have told you require massive resources. And those massive resources, there's a competition. You want education, you want health, you want housing, you want water, you want roads, you want the security itself. So as you continue balancing different interests as you progress, the challenge is definitely there for us to get enough resources to be able. As you know, even the meeting today discussed about enough vehicles for police stations, building more police stations, equipping those police stations. So my duty is to make sure that we progressively move the operations higher, and as we equip the police service to do the work they need to do. And related question now, not related to banditry, but now the question of the death of Honorable Charles Were. It's unfortunate that that happened, and as I said, my condolences to his family, to his friends, to all of us who worked with him. I worked with him in last parliament, and also to his constituents and family and friends for the loss of Honorable Were. And as I said earlier today, that it is shocking that the investigation so far also include people who should be protecting him and who have been now apprehended, the bodyguards and the driver and so forth. And it will be, if the evidence really pointed that they played a role, it will be extremely sad, because as government, we provide security for VIP so that it can protect them, not to harm them. And it is expected that, you know, that would have enhanced that I have seen online before he passed on, because we were not that close. So I'd never seen the clips that talk about fear for his life and so forth. I only saw them post facto, after the fact. And it means, therefore, if he had reported to various police stations, I believe that the DCI will go to the bottom of that issue as to he reported to which police stations and what investigation was done, and if not, why was it not done to ensure that. Did the honorable member also request is the how we expeditiously succeeded to catch and get the necessary evidence and the suspects that were involved. And because we are now somewhere where we can say really we have a fairly good lead to what happened, as has already been pronounced by DCI, I'd like us to leave that matter there so that we do not jeopardize the investigation and allow the DCI to do
Asante sana. Nitakuuliza maswali mawili.
Naomba tafadhali nikatize kwa sababu naona. Samahani, naomba kukatiza kidogo kwa sababu najua kama hilo swali limechukua muda mrefu na hatuwezi kujua inaweza kutupeleka hadi wapi. Kwa hivyo ninafungua pia uwanja kuuliza swali moja. Tukibaki na muda ndio tutauliza swali jingine. Tafadhali.
Na mtangulizi wako, kwa sababu tunafahamu ya kwamba ametoka eneo hili Kithure Kindiki, na ambaye kwa sasa ni naibu wa rais, alikuwa amesema ya kwamba kutafanyika